Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Angel Blood in Trenches, issue number 1. Take a look at the cover. Now, I believe this is the only art for the cover. There is a black and white version, but I believe this is the only art for it. Now, Blood in Trenches is an Angel story that takes place during World War I. What Angel did during World War I. And what's interesting about this comic is that it's all done in black and white, which I'll get into later. The only color is that there's red for blood and there's red and blue for sound effects, like BAM! And kablooey! And splat! And stuff like that. Now, there's not too much happens in the first issue, so I can kind of move through it real quickly. And I'm not going to show you the art that much because I don't know how well it shows up on my camera, so sorry. You're going to have to buy the issue if you want to see the art. The story starts off with Angel is getting attacked a lot during World War I. He eventually becomes a driver for a convoy of military personnel. Eventually his convoy was hit by vampire flying planes that are flown by vampires. And Angel's kind of left by the wayside. Angel eventually sees all the blood coming from his fallen comrades, and he kind of gives into temptation and drinks the blood. He is then caught by this military-looking official who happens to be an ancestor to Wesley Wyndham Pryce. So you get to see one of the Wyndham Pryce people in there, one of the earlier ones. He captures Angel and he ties him up at the outpost that Angel is positioned at, and they wait for sunrise. That's about all. I mean, I'm sure more will happen in issue 2. So, on to the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good is concept. I love the concept of there being a story in World War I. It's kind of like a step away from what we've been doing lately, which is good. I mean, having new, fresh stuff is always nice. The art being black and white is actually a cool turn. It really sets the mood and the occasion where they are. I mean, they're in World War I. Things aren't going to be happy. Oh, what the hell, I'll show you the art anyways. I mean, they're going to be in World War I, so not everything's going to be all happy. It's black and white kind of sets the tone very nicely. So the art was actually surprisingly insightful. The actual drawing of the art, not the color, the actual art itself, is actually pretty good. There are a few times when it's like, meh, but they do a fairly good job for sketching it out, so I have to say the art is pretty nice. And the downside to this is so far the story isn't that productive. We got a basic layout, but it hasn't really started to come into fruition yet. So hopefully next issue the story will start to pick up more, and I'm sure it will. This was kind of just staying the ground, and a lot of explanation had to be done in this with like why is Angel in the war and all that stuff. So I can't let it go there. Whether or not you should pick it up. If you're an Angel fan, or if you're a Buffy fan, you should, definitely. It's going to be an interesting story. As a comic book enthusiast, I don't know if you would want to pick it up. It's really more geared towards Angel and Buffy fans. So on the whole, I wasn't overly impressed by the first issue at all, but hopefully the series as a whole will impress me. I'm going to pick it up because, again, I'm like the hugest Angel fan. It's my favorite show. I obsess over it, so I'm going to obviously pick it up. But as of now, the first issue wasn't that impressive. The concept and the art looked great, but I wasn't impressed too much. So with that said, I'm going to have to say avoid it. Yeah. Avoid it, and then wait for my review for the second issue, and if the second issue is better, then pick it up. But avoid it for now. With that said, I'm going to end the review here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.